If you're a day trader or if you want to get into day trading, this is a must-watch video because on this day I made $8,000 within the first 10 minutes of market open, and that too only on one good trade. I will be doing a complete breakdown of the technical analysis of the stock, why I took this trade right at the market open, and why I held through a very harsh pullback because this trade could have went against me, but at the end of the day this was a really good trade, A+ trade with A+ execution. So if you guys want to know how to score a perfect trade like this with awesome risk to reward, make sure that you guys watch this video till the end because this video will definitely help you with your trading journey. Let's start with my game plan for the day that I post every single market open day on our Discord group, and this trade worked out perfectly from my game plan. I even discussed this exact play in the pre-market webinar that we have every single market open day before the market opens, and I also mentioned the level I was looking at, and my trade worked out perfectly on this day. The trade I took on this day right at the market open, no surprises here, was Tesla. I took this trade on Tesla because Tesla had a very nice rally the prior day towards the upside. That was on Thursday last week. And because of the push up we had the prior day, I was watching Tesla for a continuation move towards the upside because the short sellers and people who like to go short and people who entered maybe short here, they will be exiting their positions after seeing these two big green days and the volume increase the prior day as well. And also on the daily chart, Tesla is squeezing above the moving averages. This is the 9 EMA and the 20 EMA. So Tesla has been holding the 9 EMA for the past 3-4 weeks. And finally, we are coming back above the 9 EMA and we were breaking the $720 level, which was a very major level on the daily chart. We can see a rejection from 720 and 720 right here. That's why on this day, I was watching for a continuation move towards the upside because I am a trend trader. For the past 2 days, the trend has been bullish towards the upside. And even if you look at the hourly chart, on the hourly chart, Tesla is making clean bull flags towards the upside. On this day, I was watching a break of 730 followed by 750 and 755 zone because if we get another strong momentum day towards the upside, then we might see 750 because the ATR of Tesla, that is the average true range, that is how much the stock moves on a daily basis on an average, that is more than $50. And that is the reason because in the pre-market, Tesla was holding around 720. If we get some momentum above 720, we might even see the break of 750 because that is only $30 above the pre-market high. So guys, here's the hourly chart in front of you. We just discussed the daily chart. Let's now take a look at the hourly chart and then the 5 minutes and the 1 minute chart because my entries and exits are always based on the 5 minute and the 1 minute chart. But I look at the daily chart and the hourly chart to get a bigger picture view of what the market has been doing for the past few days. So we saw Tesla found a bottom right around $622 level right here. And then for the next 2 days, we had very nice bull flags on the hourly chart. We can see we had a bullish move towards the upside on high volume. Then the volume went down on the consolidation right here. We can see the volume went down. The next day, we had another bullish move towards the upside, insane bullish move. We moved from $650 to a high of around $720. And then on the consolidation right here, we are making a flag pattern and the consolidation was on decreasing volume. So these are two really good bull flags on the hourly chart. And that is the reason on Friday, that is the following day. This was on Wednesday last week. This was on Thursday. On Friday, I was watching for a continuation move towards the upside. This dotted line on Tesla is the prior day high, which was right around $718, $719 level. That is the reason in the pre-market webinar, I discussed that if we pull back to maybe 720 or maybe even 725, because we will take a look at the 1 minute chart, Tesla was holding 725 in the pre-market, but if we drop under 725, I was looking at 720 for a pullback entry for a move towards the upside. So now let's take a look at the 5 minutes chart and the pre-market action, what Tesla was doing in the pre-market on this day. But before we do that, make sure that you guys give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notifications to learn more about day trading and to score perfect trades like this one. So guys, here's the 5 minutes chart of Tesla and we can see the pre-market action right here. And we can see in the pre-market, Tesla made a pre-market low of around $708, $707 level. This bold dotted line is the pre-market low. But Tesla was holding above the VWAP in most of the pre-market session. We dipped under the VWAP right here with the futures also going down. But overall, if you look at the pre-market action, we can see that Tesla has been holding VWAP very, very nicely towards the upside. And we can also see just before the market opened at 8:30 a.m., we had a very good move towards the upside and we were making making a bull flag on the 5 minutes chart in the pre-market as well. And that is the reason I was telling you guys that you have to follow the top-down approach. First look at the daily chart, then the hourly chart, then the 5 minutes chart, then the 1 minute chart, and you can include many other time frames like the 15 minutes and the 4 hours chart depending on how you trade. So now let's take a look at the levels, because for sure Tesla is holding bullish in the pre-market and so is the overall market. The ES and the NQ futures were also holding green in the pre-market, which was really good for the market continuation move towards the upside. But as a day trader, I'm looking for a pullback entry. I'm looking for a dip entry. I'm looking for a hold of a level entry for a break towards the upside. These days, the breakouts are not working really good. That's why I don't want to chase the break of pre-market high. That is the reason in the pre-market, first of all, I was watching the $725 level, because the pre-market high was around 729 right here that it made right before the market even opened right here at 9:25 a.m. So I was watching 725 because we can see a rejection from 725, and Tesla was also holding 725 later in the pre-market. But if we dip under 725, I was watching 720 because we have the VWAP right here, and we also have the yesterday's high, which is approximately $719 level. That is the reason I was watching these two levels. Right at the market open, if we dip under 725, I want to look at the tape. I want to look at the strength or weakness around 725 and $720 level to see if the tape is looking strong. I can take a trade towards the upside. But if the tape is looking weak, if the order flow is looking weak, I just have to wait on the sidelines and wait for a trend to kick in maybe later in the day. So guys, here's a 1 minute chart of Tesla. I will also play a recording of this trade just to show you guys my entry, because my entry was on point on this trade. My entry was right here around the low of the day, which was a really good entry. I have discussed this a lot of times that when you are trading at the open, you have to look at the tape around critical levels. So I was watching 720 and 725. You don't have a 5-minute candle closing or a 15-minute candle closing. You don't have a trend within the first 10-15 minutes of market open. But what you have is that you have to look at the tape and use your experience with the time and sales and the market depth to score a perfect entry around the critical levels you are watching. And I had a perfect entry on this trade. So let's now jump onto the recording and then come back to the 1 minute chart and look at my entries and exits. So guys, here's a recording of my trade on Tesla, recording of my entry on Tesla. Just a disclaimer that on this day I had an issue with my platform. The time and sales was lagging a bit, but we can see cleanly here that we dipped to around $720, $721 level. There was a big buyer right here, but the bids suddenly stepped up from 721 to 723. So that is a bullish sign, because when the bids are dropping from like 725 to 721, but suddenly there was a big buyer around 721, we just saw on the time and sales and the level 2. I can play the recording again for you guys, and then the bids stepped up. If you see a big buyer but the bids were stepping down, that is a different scenario. But in this case, the bids stepped up, which was a really positive sign for a breakout towards the upside. We can see cleanly right here that there was a big buyer around 721.88 and 722 zone. That buyer got taken out right here. We saw that buyer got taken out, but suddenly a lot of green on the time and sales and the bid stepped above 722 and 723. That is the reason I placed my order to get filled. I got filled 15 contracts. I was trading the same day expiry calls, 730 calls, and my fill price was 7.47 on this trade. So guys, here's the 1 minute chart of Tesla. I will post a screenshot of my entries and exits right at the top. I won't play the recording of this whole trade because I held this trade for 10 minutes. And the platform was lagging, so there's no point watching that recording. I was able to fix my platform after the first 2-3 minutes of market open, and that is the exact reason I have 2 or 3 platforms. I have the interactive brokers, I have the Dash Trader Pro, I have the Bookmap and the Trading View. So if one platform is not working, I can easily switch to another platform to look at my entries and exits. So I was saying that my entry was right here at the bottom of this candle, and this is what I have changed about my trading recently. Not even recently, it's been more than a year now. But earlier, I would say in 2021 early and 2020, I was taking breakouts. So I was taking the break of pre-market high. My entry would have been right here at the top of this candle to enter the break of pre-market high. But recently, I'm entering at the hold of a level in the anticipation of the break of pre-market high. And also consider a scenario that had I missed this entry, if I would have missed this entry because of a platform issue, or maybe I was a bit too late, I wouldn't have entered at the break of pre-market high. Instead, I would have waited patiently for the breakout. I would have entered at the hold of this level. So I would have entered at the hold of the pre-market high to catch a break towards the upside, because these days, the high of the day breakouts are not working really well, because we can see cleanly right here as well. On this candle, we broke the high of the day, right? So this was the previous high of the day. We broke the high of the day on this candle, but then we dropped again. So the risk to reward is not making sense if you take the high of the day breakouts. Instead, you need to enter at the hold of a level to catch the break of high of the day, because if you enter at the hold of a level and if you're an options trader, the premiums drop a lot in value, and if you catch the break of high of the day, the premiums pump a lot in value. That is the reason the risk to reward is amazing if you enter on the pullback compared to entering on the breakouts. So here's a screenshot of my entries and exits from my journal. We can see cleanly that my entry was right here. I entered 15 contracts. My fill price was 7.47. I took 5 contracts out after maybe 30 or 40 seconds because my entry was at 9:30:34. On the 31st minute, that is the next minute, I took 5 contracts out at a fill price of 10.85, which is an amazing move in only 20 or 30 seconds because the premiums moved approximately $350 a contract in my favor. For the remaining partials, I was very patient because I knew that the overall market is bullish, so I just have to be patient with my exits. I took another 2 contracts out at a fill price of 12.80 at the break of $735 level. I took another 3 contracts out at a fill price of 13.44 at 9:31 a.m. candle. So you guys can see that the premiums moved a lot from 7.47 to approximately 13.44 in like 1 minute, which is approximately double. After taking 10 of my contracts out, I was very patient in taking my profits and taking my partials because I was expecting this pullback. This pullback was kind of expected, and as I told you guys, I was even thinking of adding onto my position right here, but this pullback was very fast. We dipped to around 7:30 and that dip was quickly bought back up, so I never got a chance to place my order. But eventually, for the remaining 5 contracts, I was very patient. I held through this pullback because I was expecting this pullback. At the end of the day, my premiums increased from 7.47 to a high of 15.40, which is more than double. And that is the benefit of entering at the hold of a level, because if the trade works out in your favor, your risk to reward is insane, especially if you're taking options and especially if you're trading same day expiry contracts. So now let's take a look at my P&L. Overall on this day, I only took 1 trade and I made $8,111 on a Friday. Very nice trade to end the week with. I took my first entry at 9:30 a.m. My last exit was at 9:41 a.m. And the amazing part of this trade is that my investment on this trade was only approximately $11,000 and I made $8,000. That means my return on investment is more than 70%. It was around 72%, which is an amazing risk to reward. That's it guys. I think this was one of my best trades yet. Not looking at the P&L, but if you look at the return on investment, which was more than 70%, that means I was not even trying to size up, but the return on investment was amazing on this trade, making it one of my best trades yet. And if you guys ask me the risk to reward, I think I was risking approximately $2,000 on this trade, worst case scenario, because my stop loss was the break of the VWAP and the break of $720 or $718 level. So I would have most likely lost approximately $2,000 on 15 contracts and I made $8,000. That means 4:1 reward to risk ratio, which is very good. If you guys like this video, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with my trading journey and to look at the recaps of more awesome trades like this one. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, I already posted about this day on my Instagram. The link will be in the description box below. Thank you for watching and I will see you guys in the next video.